Good evening, everyone. My name is Debbie Singleton, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I hope everyone had a nice weekend. It was nice and hot here in Arizona. I think we broke some records with the heat that we had, but it is June, and that's what happens in June is it gets hot. And they say, I think it's on the news, they said this next week we are going to be in monsoon season. So get ready for the rain, hopefully. We need it. Anyways, it's going to be nice and hot. I had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I got to watch my granddaughter dance in competition, and she was magnificent, I have to say. She did a wonderful job, and it's just a delight to be able to watch her. She loves to dance, and you could see her when she's on stage. She definitely sparkles. And on top of that, she won an award for the first time at her dance company, and she won it for her favorite kind of dancing, which is hip hop. She won an award for that. So it was so fun to be able to watch her and then to see that she won an award for that. So that was super fun. Now she prepares to go to Vegas for a big competition for Tremaine, it's called. And so we won't be able to go watch her for that. But so she'll do that in July. But it was super fun to watch her here and just to see her shine. She was in 7 dances over the whole weekend, 7 dances twice. So she did that Saturday and Sunday. So that was quite a bit for her, a lot. And Saturday was a late night. They didn't get done and out of there till 10 o'clock at night. So she was pretty tired. And then last night was pretty late. It was all day and then eat dinner and go home and unwind. But it was a lot. But she loves it. She enjoys it and has a really, really good time. And everybody goes and enjoys it and has fun. And her only request is that she gets flowers. And so, of course, we all inundated her with flowers and bouquets. And she loves it, eats it up, and has so much fun with it. So it is fun, and it is super enjoyable to watch her and be able to enjoy her enjoying what she does and what she loves. So today was back at it for her. She does have started with different classes this year. This is a new season for her. So that was fun and enjoyable. Well, tonight we're going to make a card. I finally got my order, and we're going to make a card out of the kit He's All That, and it comes as a bundle. If you want to purchase that as a bundle. So in the catalog, it's on page 78 in the new brochure, and you can buy it as a suite. And if you do that, it's of course a great deal. It's wonderful because you get the die set and the stamp set, and then the 12 by 12 paper. And as you know, if you're by any Stampin' Up! Paper, it's amazing paper. And then you also get these little metallic dots, which are amazing as well. So I didn't use them on him, which we could probably, but I didn't use them this time. This paper is so fun. And then also what you get besides the paper is you get these little cutouts. So you get 2 sheets of these really fun, and you pick it up and they almost come out. All of these are these little cutouts. And that is so much fun because then you get to use those as well. Instead of just having the stamp, you'll get to use the cutouts as well. And you can pop those out and then use those too. And then, of course, our paper is also amazing. So you get to have all kinds of different paper. You have camping paper, you have card paper, you have barbecue paper, you have tie paper, and then on the other side, of course, is all your patterns and that kind of stuff. So I just thought that was just super fun paper. And finally, we get a guide paper. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for joining. So it's just fun to be able to have some guide paper for a change. So I kind of went searching to see what fun we could have with it. And I found a lady that does these really fun cards. It's kind of a fun fold, and I hadn't figured out how to do them. And so I had to sit and watch her videos several times to figure them out. And she does these all the time, so she's really good at them. So she calls them, oh, I wrote it down because she called them a certain kind of card. She calls them spanner cards. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that's such a fun word, spanner. And I'm like, what kind of is a spanner card? Hi, Mom. Thanks for joining. So this is why I think she calls it a spanner card, is because she puts a piece at the bottom and it spans across the card. So, but you flip it up, and then you flip that up, then you have a piece here, and you can flip it up again, and then there's another piece inside. So I'm like, oh, it's kind of funky doodle. So that's it's a fun card. So it took me a while to figure that out, and I watched her video because she did step by step. So but her name is Colleen, and it's really fun that she did this. So I decided, well, guys have to have fun cards too, because I don't want to have them have boring cards. So I decided to do a spanner card for a Father's Day card. So I thought that would be fun. So I did a little bit different one. I told Jessica, I said, I already made your card for your dad. So just so you know, she thought that was pretty funny. So I'm going to kind of switch this a little bit. So I said, here's your Father's Day card for you. Made it for her. Hi, Stephanie. Thanks for joining. So I said, wishing you a happy Father's Day. You're the best dad. And this is one of those cutouts. And then this is the one of the stamps on one of the dies. So I thought that was really fun. So I decided, well, I'm going to make my husband a card, but I don't want it to say that. I want it not the best. So I thought I'd do a different one with using different paper, but the same kind of concept. So I thought I would show you. I cut out everything because there was a lot of paper and a lot of cuts and a lot of everything. So I cut out everything, but I wanted to show you how you make this beginning piece. So I saved that so that I could show you how to do that. So the card base, what you start with, is your basic card base, and it's 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. And then you take your trimmer and to get the sides, and you cut the first side at 1 1/4, and you get over here and you cut it at 1 1/4. And I still get kind of confused over here, so I get my ruler out here and make sure that I'm at the 1 1/4 mark, just so that I know that I'm at the 1 1/4 mark. And you know, I suppose if you didn't get it completely at the 1 1/4 mark, and as long as you got them both sides even, you could be okay. But I wanted to, you could do it 1 inch, you could do it 1 1/4, you could do them at either inch. She did one card at 1 inch, and she did this one at 1 1/4, but I cut everything at the 1 1/4 to fit the 1 1/4. So there we go. Now you're going to cut all the way to the score mark. Only I can't cut all the way to the score mark because I haven't done this enough. She said you'll know when you get to that score mark, but she's done it enough that she knows. So I think I'm to the score mark, but I lift it up and I'm not. So I'm going to cut that because I can't tell that I'm to the score mark. So you're done with that. So then just flip it over and then cut the other side and then go to the 1 1/4. And this is because I'm not good with math. Most people would know what little inches are on the ruler, but I am not. So I don't know what inches are on the ruler. So I just know that is right. And my 1 1/4, and I'm on there. So yep. So bring that back up, and I'm going to cut. And this is dark, so you can't really tell, but this doesn't, go, the trimmer doesn't go all the way because the blade isn't all the way there, so you can't really see that. So, and this one I didn't go near as far. So just take your scissors. The more you do these, you'll be able to tell. So I just took my scissors, my really sharp scissors, and I just cut the rest of the way, and it seemed to work on my card. So I just cut all the way because I didn't want to mess it up and not have it right. So I went all the way to the score line. And then that worked. That cut all the way up there. And then you just crease it really good. Let's get that on that crease line so that it's creased really good. And that worked too. You'll start getting a feel for it when you do that kind of card more. And I hadn't done that. So that cut better. So now we're ready to start the card. So I had to write little sticky notes on all of them because there were so many cuts. This one, though, I knew it was 5. I thought I did. I think this is our standard 5 1/4 by 4. And that's going to go on the inside. And I ended up, on the first card I didn't, but I embossed this with our timber folder, embossing folder, just give it some texture. But I took all my stuff to work because I was not busy, and so I didn't bring the big embossing machine. And this one you have to have the big embossing machine for, and so I didn't do that one. So we're first going to do these little side things. So, and I used all the different kinds of the designer paper series that's in this designer paper series that we have. So these are 1 by 4 that we're going to glue onto here. And I'm going to turn them over so I know I want this side to go on here. We're going to just put in here. I get them kind of in the center. I picked a different designer series color, paper, and everything for this one than I did the other one. I want to kind of make it a little bit different. I thought this went really well, so I kept it. I did keep some of it the same. Okay. All right, where's my little, yeah. All right. Now, she had put this piece and this piece. So then we cut a piece of, so this is, I'm going to tell you here in a second what color this is. I know it off the top of my head until I started. That's Early Espresso. This is Early Espresso. And then this is going to be Sahara Sand, and it's 3 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I took another piece of designer paper, and this happened to be the back of the camping one. And so then this is 5/8 by 4. And because this is going to go on here, it doesn't have to be all the way across. She did one that was, she put on the front of the card, And so it would have to go all the way across. So she said because it's going to go behind, this designer piece doesn't have to be the whole length because it's going to go behind here and you're not going to see the whole piece. So we're going to center this on here so that when we put it on here, you won't even know that these two sides don't even have the whole piece. You could put it all the way across if you want, she said. But I thought, oh, that's a good idea. So you could use scraps, which is what I did. I had a scrap piece of this here from my camping piece that I used on the other piece. Enter that best as I think that is. And whoops, moved. And then she popped it out, and that makes it so that it sticks out just a little bit, which actually makes a whole lot of sense because it's going to sit on here like this. See? So we're going to put them one on there, and whoops, on there. Line that up. Line this side up. There we go. Okay. And then this just gets through there. So that's like that. I had to figure that out. So this was out, sorry, this was out, this like here, and that made me crazy because I'm like, how does that work? So then you just pop this back through this way. Oops. And then it'll open correctly. So then it goes like this. Okay. Now we can put this piece on. So then I decided I wanted to use the Car Designer Series paper and put on this flat piece, and that's 2 7/8 by 4. She used all the weird sizing. I know that makes people crazy. I know I have to sit there and use my little ruler because I have a hard time as it is on a cutter. So I know that's going to make people crazy. This glue is not out. Oops, now I globbed it. It's going to blob here in a second because it's not coming all the way down. Okay, it's going to be enough glue for right now. Oops, I have it upside down. All right, so put that on there. Do that. Okay, there we go. And now the inside. Glue this on. Yep, see now there it goes, comes out. Okay, and then what I wanted to do is I wanted to stamp on this white piece, which is 2 3/4 by 4. No, I wanted to stamp on this piece. So I cut this out from the dies, and the dies are super nice. They give you a lot of different choices. So in the die set, you get some banners, you get a square, you get some circles, you get these little guys, and then you get this little thing, and that's what I used, was this little thing. And I did want to stamp Happy Father's Day on here, but I think I'll go ahead and assemble and then stamp that. So the Early Espresso gets glued, and then this gets glued, and then we'll put that on. So the Early Espresso is 3 by 4. So I'm going to put the little white piece on. Kind of like a little puzzle here. All these little pieces on here. But it makes it layered really nice. And then this fits almost right on there. I thought all these colors went together really nicely. That's why I picked the cars. Plus my husband's into cars, so wish they had Jeeps. He likes Jeeps too, so I thought that would be fun, but cars are good enough. So this will fit right in where this one goes. And now I'll stamp on this with the Early Espresso. Happy Father's Day. Yep, there we go. All right, now I don't want to pop it up because I don't think that will, I think it'll be too much. So I think I'm going to just glue it on. Normally I pop everything up, but that might be too much. So we'll center that. And then I want to put, I got, for the front, I popped out one of our little sayings, and I'm going to actually pop that up because that will look better if that's popped up. So put a couple of our little yep, perfect. Front on. And there's our spanner card, as she called it. So lots of texture to it. So it opens, and then you open it again, and it says Happy Father's Day. So I just thought it was kind of neat to do that. And, you know, we could put those little gems or those little, whatever those little thingies are on it, whatever they are. I have them somewhere. These little guys. It needs a little something on the outside. Since we always spruce up ours, huh? These are the little rustic metallics. Let's see. Yeah, that kind of adds to the front, doesn't it? Yeah. Oops. Open it up. Got stuck to my finger. All right. Yeah, that does look good with that on there. That just kind of adds a little bit more to it, doesn't it? Yeah. And you open it, and there you go. I hope you liked my card. Hope you enjoyed that. Trucks would be good too. Yeah, I know. Trucks. And these are like old-fashioned cars and looks like motorcycles, but it's kind of fun. So, yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so glad. Hope you all have a nice evening, and I will see you. I wanted to tell you about Celebration. That starts July 1st, and we have the mini catalog. Oops, I have this one upside down. We have the mini catalog coming up, and with Celebration, and that all starts July 1st. Super excited about that. So I got a couple of things out of this catalog that I'm going to play with, hopefully, this coming up this weekend. Start making some cards out of that. So we'll get a sneak peek out of that as well. Hopefully start ordering some more things out of that before you actually get to have a chance to order out of it, and then get to see some of the preview things. And other than that, I hope you have a nice evening, and I'll see you next week. Have a good one. Thank you. Bye-bye.